Robin.
I'm like, come on in.
Gesture.
Give me that gesture.
That's a good gesture, right?
in.
Very good gesture.
All right.
How you doing?
Come on in.
I figure we're friends now, where you
There
could
was-
just do
yeah.
that
We
gesture
should
thing.
certainly do
All
that.
right.
There was a little accident with some cereal, but
Yeah.
it smells nice in here.
Yeah,
It
we
smells
went.
very nice. Give
Yeah.
a nice,
We went
nice pleasant funk.
We
Yes.
went old school. Did a little shock jockery for
Oh,
everybody.
that's good for you.
Old
That's
school.
good for you.
Penn, and we
Please
got
go this way.
We got to start with the Celebrity Apprentice. We haven't talked to you since.
I know, and what I heard.
How the fuck
Oh,
do you
man.
lose to that guy?
First of all, I tell you, have Trace on. He's a good guy. You'll have a good time. Didn't I tell you that?
Yes,
We ended up
you did.
really liking him.
Right, but totally like him to the point
We blew you off.
I go to that show, my show that night, and they go, I thought O&A liked you. And I go, yeah, we get along great. What was it? They go, well, they're telling Trace he's going to win, and fuck you. And I go, what? And I said, they didn't say his ice cream was better.
No.
Well,
They said, well, they didn't say it was worse. I said, what's wrong with those fuckers? How long have I been your friend?
I
How
know.
many times have I tickled your ball sack with my tongue?
know, Penn.
Wait, can I break this down for you?
Okay, break it down.
Your ice cream was way the fuck
Oh,
better.
my
Way
God, it
the
was
fuck
great.
better.
To the point I continued buying even when,
yeah,
when
we know
didn't
that.
even have
We
to
don't-
we didn't even have to buy it anymore.
Nobody
I'm
has
still
to
buying.
discuss that. Nobody thinks. No one in the world thinks it's
But quite
better.
honestly, your personal story wasn't as impressive as his.
What's his personal
Oh,
story?
my
He got shot in the heart and lived.
We weren't competing on being in the wrong place when a bullet's being fired. Are you telling me it's the smarter person that gets shot through the fucking heart?
He actually has real bullets shot at him.
Fuck yeah!
Oh,
No, see,
man.
the goal in life is the one who gets hurt the less wins.
That's true.
What the fuck is wrong with you people?
And then
And he was funnier than me, I suppose, in the fucking show.
no. But
Okay.
but he had
Penn's
better
been
stories.
shot at many times.
No,
That's
a
true.
fake shot.
No, but I have
come on.
I have also been really shot at. I've really
have
had
you really?
I've really had a gun pulled on me twice.
Oh, man.
And it was not fired, and I consider that to be because I handled the situation better.
Better than Trace did.
Better.
Yeah,
Let me just give you a little piece of advice.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Getting shot worse than not getting shot.
I gotta agree with that.
So let's see. Trace is a better talker than me.
Yeah.
Smarter than me.
Oh, no,
better
no.
ice cream than you wouldn't
No.
believe it wasn't me, right? And I got really. God, let me tell you this. In the Celebrity Apprentice world,
Yeah.
you get sucked into that Scrooge McDuck fucking wacko shit. You get sucked into it and you believe it, right?
Yes.
So the final thing is coming down. I come on, do my buddies. They're really supportive. I'm feeling great, right?
great.
I go to do a show in wherever the fuck it was, New Jersey, right? And I'm feeling pretty good about myself.
Sure.
And I'm out signing autographs after the show. Like 1,000 people want to sign my autograph.
Nice.
And guy number 5 goes, man, O&A sold you out. And I go, what do you mean? They go, oh, they were saying that Trace should win. Trace was the winner.
Oh, my God.
He's never even been on the show before. They go, oh, they love him. They just sold you right to.
We're
and so
easy. We're easy.
I go, okay, well, this guy's a nut, right? Because you
Yes,
get nuts,
yes, sure,
right?
of course you
We all
do.
get nuts.
Signed another 10, 15 autographs.
Uh-huh.
Whoa, did you hear O&A?
Oh, no.
What do you mean I hear O&A?
No,
Oh, they
it-
sure love Trace, man. They were sucking
Confirmed.
his dick. Okay.
You bunch of fucking rats out there is what you are.
Okay, let me just bring the whole thing
Just
to
a
an end.
misunderstanding.
Yeah.
Take all the jokes out and everything.
Okay.
We finished signing, about 1,000 people.
Yeah.
I'm standing there. We sign outside.
Yeah.
1,000 people have left. I'm standing there picking up my markers, picking up my water. Glenn comes over. Glenn goes, you okay? And I go, I'm a little bummed. It's stupid, but I'm a little bummed.
Oh,
He
no.
says, what? Why? And I go, well, I heard that like O&A were saying that Trace should win. And he says, you know that this game doesn't mean anything to you. You don't give a fuck. I said, I don't give a fuck, but it just feels, I feel like I've just gone through some sort of weird breakup. I'm really bummed. And he says to me, well, you know, it's all the pressure of the show. You've been working hard. You haven't been sleeping. And I said, it was like 5 people. He said, I'm sure it's a misunderstanding. I'm going to call tomorrow. And the next day he says to me, yeah, I guess they did.
Oh, no.
Hold on, I do have 2 other points here. First of all, with the Trace Adkins, what impressed us, he gets shot in the heart by his wife or girlfriend at the time, and he doesn't scream. And he's just relaxed and goes, all right, call 911.
No, but that's in the story.
What? It was impressive.
But that's in the story. It's impressive.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it happened that way.
Well, we're gullible. We believe half your tricks. They're not tricks. Sorry. But and here's the other thing
They're
about
swindles.
Here's
Swindles and
the other thing about
scams.
Celebrity Apprentice that blew me away for real. I saw the finale because
Okay.
I was rooting for you in the end. You know that.
I don't know that. Say that again.
We were rooting for you.
Okay, well, do you mean it?
I was
yes.
absolutely. I was hoping you won, but his goddamn story was like, oh God, how could you, it's like he made it up to win.
Yes.
It had to be.
Precisely my
Yes.
point.
He had to make up for the fact that his ice cream was horrendous.
Horrendous.
I'm not even. It was
Horrendous.
horrible.
It was terrible.
But then this is what I learned by watching the finale because you're on it. That's the only reason I watched.
Thank you.
And the whole
And your new boyfriend Trace was also on.
He is dreamy.
and the whole
He
thing.
is dreamy. He's better looking than me.
Oh, he's
and
got
I
that
would
voice.
think that if any two guys would not go for better looking, it would be you two.
You're right.
So, but here's my point: the whole season was a ruse.
Yes.
Because Donald Trump hated you from day one because what you wrote about, what you wrote in your book
Oh, that's
about him.
right. He called you
So he
out.
was never going to let you win anyway.
No.
Do people know this?
He said it on the air.
He said it on the air. Well, so I'm telling the people that maybe didn't
Yes.
watch the finale. He basically said that he doesn't
said-
like you
yeah.
because of what you wrote about him in your book.
That's what he said. And then he said, "Do you want to apologize?" And I said,
No. Thank you. And thank you
When
for saying
someone
no.
says to you,
Yeah.
"Do you want to apologize?" It's the moment of truth.
Right. That's the crossroad.
And then I'm sitting there going, oh my, he had no intention of having you win ever.
No, there was no intention, and there was actually fights with Walgreens and the producers who wanted me to win.
Right.
And they were much more pissed than I was.
Yeah, because they could have
Wow.
sold a lot more ice cream if you won. Because in the end, it was a much better product.
And the other thing that I can't tell you who, but people involved in the production who were so embarrassed ended up giving me that amount of money for the
Wow,
charity.
they did.
Oh, good for you.
They just said this was kind of bullshit. Let's
Well,
write
that's
you.
good.
So Opportunity Village made a metric shit ton of money.
What's weird about Donald Trump, he dishes out a lot of abuse, but then you give him a little shot and he can't take it.
Well, when the shot is as perfect as my shot,
It was a good shot.
that his hair looks like cotton candy made
Right.
of piss, dead on.
Why is he surprised at that? For some reason, he's decided to have horrible hair, even though he's a billionaire. I've seen
maybe.
better.
Yeah,
I've seen better hair systems than that.
Yeah,
Way better.
well, you have.
Yeah. Well, I hope we straighten this all out, Penn.
And you came out to Vegas.
I came out to
and you
Vegas.
didn't wear your baseball hat.
No.
And you're absolutely unrecognizable.
He did not even recognize me.
And I knew he was there.
That's our biggest
was-
fear, though. When you guys finally give us an invite, we show up and like, he doesn't even know.
No,
He's so
once
used.
I knew
I am.
you, I
Yes,
greeted
of
you with a
course. It
great
was
deal
great.
of joy.
You
and
came
happiness.
back with great stories how you
It was
treated him.
fantastic, and the show itself was just amazing. I loved
can't
it.
believe that your baseball hat is what I recognize.
I know. I didn't have the hat on
Yeah.
because it's a classy joint. I want to be in a classy joint with a hat on. But what a great time, and the show was so much fun
thank
to
you,
watch,
thank
man.
I gotta
just
see
a
it.
blast.
And now, you guys, although I imagine there's someone else who's better looking with a better voice who can seduce you, I am
I'm
now
pretty
doing a fund anything. I'm doing a crowdfunding campaign.
Yes,
I know you
yes,
are.
Yes,
Have
I
you
saw
watched any
this.
of it? Did you see any of the Jim Norton or anything?
No, I didn't see that.
Okay, because we went, the idea, I wanted to make this movie called Director's Cut. I made The Aristocrats, which did very well.
Sure.
I made that with my own money. I made this thing called Tim's Vermeer, which is a smart, artsy movie that's doing fabulous on the circuit that we made with our own money. And then I wanted to make one movie that was like a horror movie, thriller movie, down and dirty. And the idea I had was to do a movie that had a director's commentary over it. But you realize that the director's commentary is not by the real director, but rather by a psycho. And
what an original idea.
He's gotten onto the set and stolen all the outtakes from an FTP site, and he's kidnapped the lead actress, and he has her tied up and is making her do scenes that cut in with the movie while he's doing the director's commentary.
Pretty goddamn
all
good.
right.
I wanted
like
to
it.
be the bad guy.
Right.
After 2 years of going on Celebrity Apprentice and sucking corporate dick, I wanted to be a bad motherfucker. And I'm right on the edge of bad motherfucker.
Yes, you are.
So I decided to crowdfund, make Penn a bad guy, and I got all my friends. Let me just tell you this test here. The idea is it's fundanything.com. You just go right there. There's a page. Click right to Penn, or you can go to fundanything.com/Penn, Penn. Take you right there. And I asked 50 friends, including Jim,
Sure,
to make me a video to help me sell this movie. I need $1 million to make the movie. So help people give money. Now, if you ask your friends to do that, some of them will, some of them won't. If you ask your friends to give money, none of them will. But let me run this test. If you ask your friends to do a video calling you an asshole, saying Penn's become a real dick, I hate this fucker, everybody comes through.
100%.
I mean, David Copperfield, if nothing else, you got to watch the David Copperfield one. He did it from his island.
Of course,
and all he is explaining what an asshole I am and how I've been an asshole forever. And it's really funny. Matt and Trey did it. Neil Patrick Harris did it.
Joan Rivers, I saw.
Joan Rivers. But the best one, and with all due respect to Jim Norton, the best one is that Lawrence O'Donnell and Glenn Beck did one together.
Wow.
Wow.
How did that come about?
Well, they're both friends of mine, and they did a script that were cut together, and they have agreed to, for the first time they'll ever meet, they will act in my movie.
Wow.
So there's only like 2 days, and we have amazing rewards. I mean, you give like a few $100s, you get a suite at the Rio, tickets to our show, hang out afterwards, magic lesson, juggling lesson, come over my house.
That's pretty.
Everybody's saying that, other people's rewards are like you get a T-shirt, fuck you.
Right.
But these rewards are insane. There's 3 days left, and you just go to fundanything.com and at least check out the videos. There's like not all of them are up yet, but Glenn and
Lawrence O'Donnell.
And it will really kill you. The two of them working together.
I gotta watch that immediately.
Yeah, it's pretty.
They don't like each other.
Oh, they really don't.
No.
And
I'm saying the obvious.
I got them to both blurb my book, which they were kind of against. And then I'm sucking them into my camp. And I just want to, and I'm not also, this is something very important. In this movie within a movie, I am not having Lawrence O'Donnell play Lawrence O'Donnell. He is not playing generic TV guy. Glenn Beck is not playing TV pundit. They are playing two police officers who are partners and who hate each other.
That's fucking great.
That's perfect.
Wow, that's great.
That's the movie director's cut, and it's being crowdfunded. And if you go to the site and crowdfund, you'll also notice that the bad guy who gets his access to the movie to attack the female lead is already in the crowdfunding. Okay. He's already helping. He's already putting money in. So the bad guy is already there.
Nice.
So we're monkeying with everything.
This is kind of a reality goes over a fantasy kind of. Look at you.
Yeah, I'm excited.
What is it? Is it real? Is it? Oh my God!
I love that Blair Witch happened on the internet, and I want this movie to happen in crowdfunding. So when there's a crowdfunding party, the bad guy will be there. The bad guy will be there. And I think, did you watch the video of me with the woman tied up?
I did not.
Yes,
the first video.
Very creepy.
I look pretty creepy.
You do,
and I just did that all myself.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no makeup or shit, no prosthetics. There's no hanging off flesh.
You let your hair down there.
I let my hair down, take my glasses off, and scare the shit out of Anthony.
And you're mean.
You want us to call our pal Trace to see if he wants in on this, or
Trace came through and did a video for me.
Did he really?
He did.
Yes, he did.
Excuse me.
Trace is my pal. Someone came back after the show and said,
he's our fake pal.
well, that's what I like to hear.
We haven't seen him since. I don't think we'll see him anytime soon.
Trace came back. Someone came to the show, and said, in Vegas, after the show, they said to me, so you still hang out with Trace? And I said, well, he's playing golf with my wife right now. And he comes out and stays in the house and plays golf all the time and hangs out. Cool. And then my family's going out to visit his family. We get along great. And we have no problem. There's no problems between me and Trace except you two.
Yes.
I said, why the fuck did O&A suck up? I expected, I told you to put him on. Yeah, I told you he'd be good. Yeah. And I expected you to be cordial, polite, very, very complimentary. And then for one of you, I don't even care which fucking one, either the WAP or the other one, either one of you, either Opie, one of you would say, listen, man, you're really great, but Penn's been on the show forever. We got you to know that we're rooting for him. His ice cream is a little better, but listen, man, you are great. You are fabulous. Was that sentence ever said?
Yeah, I mean, we did. Yeah? We did feel a little guilty.
No, it wasn't.
We felt a little guilty.
It wasn't said.
We felt a little guilty after the show. I think we we might have a clip. Is it short, though? I don't want to waste Penn's time with a long clip.
Yeah, it's short.
All right, a short clip from that day.
Oh, no.
We hope you win Celebrity Apprentice.
I do, too.
You just told Penn that yesterday.
No, I don't even know. No, I said it after we looked at his backstory that we have to go with this guy. I did say that. I changed my opinion, even though he's a really good friend of ours. But how do you not root for a guy like this?
Penn's a really good friend of mine, too, man.
Yeah, but Penn has a sex dungeon. That's all he's got going for him.
How is the Midwest going to... Wow.
You know what the most important part of that whole clip was? After Judas Iscariot over here kisses me on the fucking cheek, he then, 3 sentences later, says... he is a friend of ours, and then this fuck beams in his chair and points to me like, see? After I said I wanted you to lose, I said you were my friend. See? I'm an okay guy. If you'd have sat there with your head down in shame, like the fucking piece of shit you are, it would have been better. But it's the point in the smile.
I'm sweating.
That was so really awkward. Telling. You didn't have to interpret that clip much to see what he meant by it, which was, I
he
hope
points and
Trace
smiles
wins.
like, see, we're okay. I said we're a friend. He's a good friend of mine, too.
Friend of mine.
A good friend of mine, too. Okay, and since when does New York back Louisiana over Massachusetts? Since when has that happened? In any sort of jingoistic, tribalistic thing, you guys are on my side.
But I never said your ice cream. I stuck to the point that your ice cream was better.
Thank you. So, although friendship doesn't matter to you, gluttony does.
And I don't want to throw Opie completely under the bus here, but I have to say something. Did you hear me in the background?
Yes, I did.
I said, Opie, oh my God, you were saying that to Penn, you phony load of shit.
Yeah,
Yes.
He was there.
You sold me out.
I was backing Penn the
sold me
whole
out.
time.
Let me practice this. So, I love you guys in Opie and Anthony. Oh, really? Yeah, I love one of them, man.
Oh, and then you have plausible deniability as to which one.
One of them is great, man. One of them is fucking great.
I swear I'm sweating. There's something a little real about this moment. I'm sweating.
That was.
I have to tell you, and this is the really embarrassing part.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm telling you something that is humiliating, and you know that. I often don't kid. I just tell the truth when I tell it.
Yes.
I'm standing, we're playing like wherever it was, New Brunswick, New Jersey, right? 1,000 people have got my autograph. Then I have to pick up my water bottle and my stuff. And I'm just standing like
and
this.
You're bummed. And he's bummed out after signing. It's like, I'm famous, I'm successful, I'm doing.
But
something's bothering me.
You'll leave here feeling a little better that it was only half the team.
There you go.
That's pretty good.
Good cop, bad cop.
Yeah, Are you friends with Chris Angel?
Well, I know him. He's always been nice to me.
Mostly, no. Well,
wait a minute. You're going to get me to tell you to bring Chris Angel on. You're going to bring Chris Angel on. Then you're going to sit there and say, "Oh, Mr. Magic Man, could you just pull down your pants so one of us can suck your cock, the other can tongue your asshole, then we can finish up and say, and when you're in Vegas, there's only one magic show to see." Is that what you're setting me up for?
No. As funny as that is. We'll give you a taste of reality. We haven't had him on since his trick went horribly wrong in front of us, and we kind of felt kind of douchey, and we now don't have him on our show.
Yeah, that's wise.
And then Anthony brought to our attention his new show, and it's driving us nuts how his the tricks are okay.
His illusions.
Oh, it's his presentation.
Concentrate HUD.
Huh?
HUD. Concentrate HUD.
Yeah.
Concentrate HUD.
His presentation is so uncomfortable to watch. We all know these are illusions.
They're not illusions. They're swindles done on TV.
All right, fair enough. See, I was trying to be nice, but he walks across the pool in Vegas.
That old gag.
And then he naturally has a woman swimming underneath him, posing. I'm like, no, don't do that.
The old plexiglass.
To basically say, see, look,
quiet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Quiet, Anthony. Nobody knows.
I'm exposing this.
And then
focus HUD. Concentrate HUD. Concentrate HUD.
That's
perfect. Oh, is that fucking funny? He did one where, now you've heard of this and seen, I'm sure. Where he pulls.
He's a fine guy.
He pulls the person apart on the park bench. Just like that, and he got. And then the lower half. The lower half goes running away.
But that wouldn't happen.
And then the upper half goes running away. And I mean, when it's on video like that, you could freeze frame. You could see it's a little person or a person without legs or whatever the fuck it is.
It's someone that definitely is amputee.
And you can see their face is completely different than the face on the full size person.
It's like lazy or something. Then the lady runs away with her hands like she knows how to do that because she was
just pulled in half. How would she know how to walk on her hands?
Right, because she's been doing it her whole life, obviously.
Yeah.
But he doesn't think about these tiny little things that would help the swindle, you said?
Yeah. Well, no,
the swindle along.
Let me talk about this. A while ago, some people thought that the word trick was too short and that they wanted to be pretentious. So they used the word illusion.
Illusion.
Now, illusion is not only a longer word that was very hard for Doug Henning to remember, it not only has a full illusion, 3 syllables,
that's a good one,
but also it's the wrong word. Because illusion means looks one way, but really done another. So it's for the mirror things. It's for the stuff that's visual. It's for the stuff that's less interesting magically. And then all these people came up going, we don't do tricks. We do illusions. And then people went, oh, okay, I guess it's a longer word. It must be more polite. It's also wrong. It's the wrong word. We do tricks. Chris Angel does tricks on TV, which means he's not in the category with David Copperfield. He's in the category with Samantha Stevens on Bewitched.
Are you saying there's camera shenanigans going on?
No, I'm just saying.
I can't.
I'm just saying. No camera tricks.
Right.
Lots of editing tricks.
Lots of editing tricks.
No,
and a cast. A cast of characters around him.
He does so well. I don't understand.
People love that stuff.
Not so much these days.
Yeah,
is there anyone you respect in your field?
Yes, everyone really. I mean, David Copperfield does great tricks.
And he's been around for quite a while.
Been around forever, and when you go to see his tricks, you don't know how they're done. Mm-hmm. And that seems like an important part of a magic show.
That is a very important part of a magic show, is not knowing and wondering and trying to figure it out.
It's not everything.
Right.
But it should be the baseline. It should be playing
Yeah, you want to be mystified,
yeah, sure.
You know?
And David always does that. David always delivers that. Lance Burton, who's now closed, he's retired, but he used to do a great show.
How old is he that he's retired?
Younger than me.
He is, right? Why did he retire?
54.
Is he all right?
Yeah, he's fine. I was sure.
He's had it.
He retired, and I said to Lance, Lance, because this is what you say when you're an old guy in show business. Yeah, you think you want to get out of it now, Lance, but you're going to miss doing the show every night. You're going to miss the applause. I'm telling you, you're going to be back within 18 months. 18 months. I see Lance now, and he goes, it's great. I get up at 6 in the morning. I play pool, play with my dog. That's all I do all day. Wow. Really? Yeah, I love
enjoys it.
But why wouldn't he do like a shorter schedule or something?
He doesn't want to ever walk on stage again. He says to me, Penn, when you're doing it, it seems like fun, but it's really not.
Well, yeah, because you make it fun for yourself because you got this over the top personality. That's wonderful.
And
these guys, like a friend of ours, did Broadway for a while. He goes, "I will never do another Broadway." It's Stephen Lynch.
Yeah,
we saw him backstage. He's like, "I will never do this again. I can't do the same exact thing." And I go, "What do you mean the same exact thing? When you guys fell in the dumpster, you didn't improvise that?" He goes, "Nope. Every fucking night we fall in the dumpster exact same way." And it got me to thinking, like, how that's got to suck after a while.
But it also it's a question of being a professional and being in the right job.
Yeah.
What I love about it is when you go out, like you guys are now, you have to think about what you're going to say next, and you kind of get into this whole world of making sure everything goes. You guys are really, really good at doing a form, but not really good at the content because you're not doing the same content every day.
Right.
So you don't know what's coming next, so you become people that learn form. That's fine. But the idea of learning content, the idea that I can go out and know what I'm going to say, but be aware of every single person in the audience, exactly how I want to say that sentence. Doing a show over and over again is for someone that like sees Groundhog Day and thinks that's a really good thing.
Right.
I'd love that.
I would love that, yeah.
I love going out and making the show on RCH better every night.
You explain that in your book perfectly. I really enjoyed that part of your book.
You know, the fact
where you study the audiences and you and you pick up little things that they're
and you really are so aware of them, and it's so terrific. And so I love it. And Teller and I have the best of both worlds. I mean, I get to do stuff like this, which is not scripted, and I love doing. I get to do stuff in the show that's exactly scripted and must be exactly scripted, where I cannot ad lib or people could get hurt. And then I do new stuff in the show all the time. When you go to Vegas, everybody tells you, you get a show that's fairly successful, you go to Vegas, and it stays that way. That's it. You just go there till you die. You play golf all day. You go in and do the show you know how to do. Teller and I have never done that. We've written 5 hours of material just in the past 10 years in Vegas. Wow. We've gotten like 4 brand new Broadway shows we wrote in Vegas. We put new stuff in. And, a lot of magicians will say, well, you can't, trade out the stuff that's gold. That's gold. We go, but who says that you can only create 90 minutes of gold?
Right.
We take out tricks that we fucking love.
Kill.
We take out tricks that destroy the audience and that we love doing and we're not bored with because there's something else that's a little harder to do and might blow their minds a little more. And it'll be sloppy to begin with, but we hammock it. We put it in a killer bit after, put something in there, see how it goes. I mean, you saw Teapot.
Oh, yeah.
That was pretty new when you saw that.
It was?
Yeah. We've been working on that for 2 years.
What happens with Teapot?
Christ.
We sing, I'm a little teapot, short and stout.
Right.
Here's my handle, here's my spout. But we act it out. And I pick up Teller by one side and pour boiling water out of his hand. And it's a great levitation. It's 2 minutes long in the show. Took us 2 full years.
For 2 minutes.
For 2 minutes.
Amazing.
Yeah, 2 years.
Do you finally have that aha moment in that 2-year period where you're like, okay, this is how we're going to do it? And
yes,
you're finally done.
You're finally done.
But what happens in that 2 years where you're like, just this angle's not right?
Everything has its different problems. But what I wanted to do, this is the thing that drives me crazy. People who get into show business to get out of it. Guys who are comics and then want to get a sitcom. But you're a comic. That's what you do. Or people that say, I just want to make enough money doing this so that I can kind of do less and retire. And when I was 16 years old, living in Greenfield, Massachusetts, which is where I'll be tomorrow night, my first time back in my hometown, doing a book reading. My book Every Day's an Atheist Holiday.
Saying, how about them socks? And you'll get a nice round of applause. Just helping out. Just helping you.
Thank you so much.
Because we know you're not into sports.
No, I'm not.
Do you know the Sox won last night, at least?
No, I didn't, but thanks. And they won. It was a big thing, right? The big game?
It was pretty big. Yeah. The World Series.
Oh, they won the World Series?
Yeah,
last night.
I know. See, I know enough to know that's a big deal.
Oh, yeah, just say that. They'll be like, yeah.
Wait, before you move on, though, one question in there. That's why I went down that road. How much ad-libbing per show?
Almost none.
Almost none, okay.
Once we get a bit tight, So when I was in Greenfield, 16 years old, never met anybody in show business, hoping that I could do this. If you told me you can have what to me in Greenfield would have been infinite amount of money.
Right, yeah.
And a partner who is the best magic mind alive. You could write new stuff, and you'll have 2,000 people that'll come every night and see it. That's heaven for me.
Right.
If you told me you're going to get to a certain place, you'll make a lot of money, and then you'll just not think about the magic anymore, just go in every night and cash your check, I would have gone, well, then I might as well work at Sears.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, the money's different, but it's, so we've been working on this bit. I'll tell you a stupid bit. I may have already mentioned this to you. We got in our heads that, Siegfried and Roy worked with big animals.
Yeah.
Now, we can't work with a tiger or an elephant, not just because we're cowards and scared, but also because it's too dead on. It's not the right comedy for us. So we got in our heads 5 years ago, we got to do something with a cow. Because a cow is bigger and heavier than a tiger. stupider, impossible to handle, and podunk. So you make fun of the fact, Penn and Teller vanish a cow, but it's going to be an impossible fucking vanish.
Yeah.
So Teller and I 5 years ago start studying cows. And, big animal vanishes are really hard to do. You have to use a box, and Penn and Teller don't push out boxes with glitter on them on stage, so we can't do that.
Right.
Also, explaining the joke to them. Hi, we're Penn and Teller. We got a cow. That explains the joke. So you can't do a tiger because it's not a joke, and you can't do a cow because it explains the joke.
Right.
Okay, you with me?
I'm right there.
For comedy purposes, we can't do either. It's going to be an amazing trick, but we can't get it comedically right. So finally we say, what if we dress up the cow as an elephant and call it the endangered pygmy spotted elephant from the plains. And then because Siegfried and Roy have the magic garden of Siegfried and Roy, we'll have Penn and Teller's magic pasture.
All right.
And where the spotted pygmy elephants are. So we go to cow experts. We find they love having a feed bag on. They love having a bag full of food. So do we all. We'd like those Fruit Loops attached right there.
Oh, yeah.
And then we put a dryer hose on it.
The trunk?
Yeah. Then we put big ears that flap. And then we put a little thing over it that says Elsie the elephant. And you say Elsie the elephant and a dryer hose and you have a cow. You've got really, really funny.
Yes.
Then you've got to handle a cow. Because handling a cows are stupid.
Yeah.
You think moving Jim Norton around's hard. Try a cow.
For the most part, they don't want to move anywhere. They don't want to just lumber.
And they're heavier than you. And the other thing that's embarrassing, and I'm only going to say this once. I don't want to repeat it. Cows are dangerous. And, yeah, I know. But, you're in close quarters with them.
Sure.
They kick the shit out of you.
They have a sharp, very heavy kick.
Yeah, they do.
Very fast.
So
do they really?
For 4 years.
I didn't know
Wham!
that.
Yeah, for 4 years, we've been with cow trainers. And then we want to bring the audience up on stage, have them all touch it, say, is that a real elephant? Which is very funny.
Of course.
And they all say, yes, that's a real elephant. Then, boom, boom, gone. No trap door. You can see under it, see above it, see around it. We want it to be the most amazing vanishing anyone's ever seen and done stupid. You know how we do that in our show.
Right.
You just saw the show.
That's the beauty of it.
You do stuff that absolutely fries people, but then act like you're just doing dumb shit.
It's like, yeah.
So the cow thing, we're now at, the budget is now $200,000.
Holy
And it's now 4 years. It's now a team of 15 people that are just the cow people. We have a cow wrangler that's to bring them into the trailer because the SPCA has to check everything.
Of course, make sure
everything's
good
to bring in the
trailer.
And then, the end of it is, I'll give away the punchline because it makes me laugh so much. The end of it is the curtain goes up for a moment and the audience can see under, so there's no trap door. They can see over. They can see, they're all around. Bring the thing up for a second. I say to Teller, this audience is so good tonight, Teller. I don't want to just vanish the elephant. That's too easy. I want to turn the elephant into a standard barnyard animal. So the whole audience is disappointed. It's just a gag.
Right.
They pull down the sheet, and there's going to be the cow out of his elephant drag. And we pull down the sheet, and it's a chicken.
Wow.
Just the chicken alone on stage, a live chicken.
The chicken replaces where the cow was.
Yeah, there's nothing there except
somehow the cow vanishes.
And I'll tell you, vanishing a cow is we went through all the vanishing elephants people have done through the years. Said, can't do that, too obvious. Nope, that won't work. Nope. And finally worked on stuff that we think is going to work. Now the whole thing.
Oh, so all right, this is on the table still.
4 years.
I thought you gave up on this one.
No.
Oh, wow.
It's going to go in. I believe it'll go in probably February or March.
Now that is really taking a chance as a magician, trickster, whatever you want to call it, because I would assume, now I know nothing about this gag, but I would assume at some point that cow has to move on cue. Call me silly, which right there is a problem.
Yeah.
Secondly is live animals tend to make noises if they're unhappy.
Yeah,
and you don't want that ruining.
Well, we will be playing Born Free really loud. during that.
Is that why they do that shit?
Of course, that's why they do it. Magicians don't like music. If they had their way, they'd play white noise.
But you don't want a squeaky hinge.
Born free as the wind blows. As free as the grass grows.
Oh, wow.
I'm a gullible fuck.
If you ever heard,
so that just covers up all the.
If you ever heard
squeaks and the animal.
If you ever heard the Siegfried and Roy show,
yes.
Did you ever see Siegfried and Roy?
Never.
Just on TV, like anyone else.
If you ever went to the Siegfried and Roy show live, which I went to, I loved it. Went to the Siegfried and Roy show. They played music at the volume of about Deep Purple 72, right? I mean, really.
Highway Star? Come on.
No, not that music. That volume.
The volume
what they were playing was
da-da-da-da-da-da-da,
but probably about 118 decibel.
Wow.
And if you went into rehearsals and they didn't put the CD on, the soundtrack of Siegfried and Roy really sounded fucking move it.
I would assume, I never thought of that aspect of it. The sound of all those things, hinges, latches.
So we had to go forever saying, well, if we play Born Free, it's really, really funny. If we play it too loud, it's really, really funny.
Yes.
And it covers up. Because we can't go da-da-da-da-da-da. We have to find the exact right song.
Right.
So people go, isn't that great? They're playing Born Free too loud. Cattle prod.
Great.
Yeah.
4 years though.
Yeah, we work forever on this shit, and
it'll drive me nuts to work on something for 4 years.
It'll be a full 5 minutes.
Now, a gag like that.
And we're also selling. I love this. We're going to sell little wheels of LC elephant cheese.
Oh,
those
elephant
little.
cheese. Of course, it's wonderful. The cow.
Yeah. We're getting the labels put on. Laughing cow.
Yeah.
We're going to get little labels put on called LC elephant cheese.
Man. I wonder what a trick like that, how much of that when you first conceive of this gag and go, oh, this is what we want to do, how much of it borrows techniques and stuff from other tricks that you do, and how many do you just need to 100% come up with brand new fucking way to do something?
This is it. Teller has used this analogy, and it's really right. He said magic is like if you were in music and every time you wrote a song, you had to build the instrument and learn to play.
Okay, see, I know exactly right. That makes sense,
so
right.
You can't just say, okay, now we're going to do this song, we'll pick up this. Because, what are we going to do? Pick up the teapot and turn it into an elephant? No, you start from scratch. It's one of the reasons that I enjoyed being on Celebrity Apprentice, because if you tell me, tomorrow, the three of us are going to go do something none of us know how to do, you two might go, ugh. And I go, okay,
hey,
great.
That's kind of exciting. Right, yeah.
Speaking of Celebrity Apprentice, I didn't feel good about Ant throwing me under the bus right
No?
No. Been doing a little research on my own here.
Did you put E-Rock on an assignment?
Maybe. So, Penn, if you will, bear with me and just listen to this. Thank you.
Trace has lived the life here, man. The whole the work ethic, the getting hurt on a real man's job,
right?
The country music star. Weapons charges. Jesus Christ. It's fantastic.
Are we going to tell Penn Jillette that we're not rooting for him anymore?
I know.
Should we call him?
Told him. I'm all in with Trace now. And this is fantastic.
Yeah.
You asshole. Did I say that?
And I
can't have Penn leaving here today thinking you're a good guy and I'm not.
I saw Trace, because I had my sad moment,
Yes,
and then the very next day I see Trace, and I didn't hear your fucking piece of shit show. So I'm in the green room with Trace, and I go, so I heard you had a good time with O&A. He said, yeah, thanks for getting me on that show. That was really great. And I go, I heard they he said, oh, your boys sold you out. He said, they are not your boys. Let me tell you that right now. Now, this Trace is a friend of mine. So Trace, a friend, is telling me, your boys, they just sold you out.
I don't remember saying that.
You can hear the tongue-in-cheek in there, right? You can, right? You can, right?
You've been trying that argument since you were 8, right?
You hear the tongue in cheek.
Has it ever worked?
No.
Has it ever, I was just kidding, Mom?
I got to take an acting class.
No, he does that Wounded Warrior commercial.
I know.
And it feels so good for him.
And he sings about the soldiers.
Oh, my God.
It's not a dry eye in the house.
What a great American.
Guys,
Yeah.
Yes.
this is not what's making me feel the best.
No, okay.
I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
You did come back today, though. That's a good sign. Okay.
Jeez, Opie, had it all settled out, and you had to throw that out there.
I was feeling good. I was telling stories that had nothing to do with that.
I
moved right
know,
up.
it was great.
Penn's got to go.
Elephant.
But
they're saying you got to go.
Okay,
we would
listen,
love to have you for another half hour or
you
so.
guys have got to yourselves.
I'm going to check it out today.
Fundanything.com. There's only like 3 days. There's some great stuff left. One of the rewards we have is Jet Tilla, who's this fabulous chef who gave me cooking lessons for this show. World-class chef. If you give money to this movie, you can come over my house and Jet and I will cook you supper along with your friends.
Pretty cool.
You can come to the show. We'll teach you magic. You talk about how many tricking the show is done afterwards. I'll teach you to juggle. We can hang out. Suites at the Rio, come by, and also huge chances to be in the movie. Nice. I mean, you can also, we have a chance of you to put a friend of yours in as one of the 8x10s that's held up as a corpse. You can do that kind of stuff. You can also put names in. You can get your name in the movie. We're also allowing, because the idea of the movie is to that I do the director's commentary. Also on the DVD, there's another 20 tracks. We are letting people do their own director's commentary track over it that you can have all set up.
What a great idea.
A way to involve people
in
this.
We're all making a movie. We're probably, it's either LA or Vegas, but we're probably going to be shooting it in Vegas. And there'll be a huge rap party that everybody's invited to. My band's going to play.
Everybody
that's involved in the movie.
What about me and Aunt?
Oh, well, you're going to put money in the movie, aren't you?
Sold them out
right now.
I sure am.
You better. This is where you can come back. I want to go there, and I can see who the contributors are. I want to see you guys there for at least a Blu-ray package, maybe for a line, and come back. And maybe you could put it where they say the comments.
Yeah.
You could say with apologies to Trace Atkins.
I am definitely. I'm going home. I'm going on the website. What's the website again?
Fundanything.com. FUNDANYTHING.com, and then you'll see my picture there. But if you need to go right to it, it's /Penn, PEN,
and the podcast, which I just.
Thank you.
I'm a huge fan of.
I did a real tough one last week.
I didn't hear it yet.
Yeah, it's real tough because it was the day I found out Lou Reed died.
I was going to ask you about that really fast. I know you got to go. I swear to you, we don't understand Lou Reed.
Yeah.
So give me a minute or two on Lou Reed.
I will. What Lou Reed did was he synthesized the New York hardcore art scene, pop art scene, the Andy Warhol scene, added to that kind of Delmore Schwartz straightforward short story writing that put a different point of view from rock and roll. Rock and roll had to that point always been, I love you, my boyfriend did this happened. But he brought in that kind of Delmore Schwartz straight recording, put really nice pop hooks to it, and then brought in experimental noise music and put that all together. What you want in art, and I say this all over and over about director's cut, the crowdfunding thing, you want to have in any art, the visceral and the intellectual collide as hard as they can. You want your mind and your guts to be fighting. When you're on a roller coaster, your guts say, we're going to die right now. And your intellect says, if they killed someone every time, their insurance rates would just be too high. And those two things fight. And that's where the joy comes. Lou put together a band. There were bands that did noise, and there were smart bands, and there were pop bands. But he brought together the idea that smart people could be down and dirty. And the combination of intelligence and simplicity really does create the whole punk movement that's going to go beyond that. When you listen to The Clash or any of those bands, you have this driving, stupid, it's college kids meeting bikers is what it really is. And Lou brought that together, used that monotone singing to give you the idea it was a short story, and then took Phil Spector's wall of sound and turned it completely inside out and turned it into something menacing as opposed to something comforting.
See, that's how I felt about the Bay City Rollers. the same type of...
What song would you suggest by Lou Reed for people that don't know him?
Well,
not Walk on the Wild Side, which we all know.
No, you all know Walk on the Wild Side, which is,
Give me one song, because I like a few of his songs, yes, but I don't go deep with Lou Reed. I'm going
to give you a hard one.
Okay.
I'll give you a really hard one. It's 11 minutes long. Okay? It's a trilogy, and it's called Street Hassle.
Street Hassle.
Yeah. And the first line of it is, that cunt's not breathing, I think she's had too much or something or other. Hey, man, you know what I mean. It's about having a dead girl from drugs in the apartment and having to bring her out into the street.
That is a hassle.
Street Hassle, yeah. And it breaks it into 3 parts. And just to bring a little Jersey in, Springsteen does the little monologue in the center.
No kidding.
Street Hassle is so smart, so visceral, so powerful, and just so great. And then you must listen to New York. Mm-hmm. You know, the New York album, Romeo Had a Juliet, and Dirty Boulevard. Those songs, the narrator, it's this nutty thing that Lou got to do. Everybody else, when there's huge, loud music behind them, would, of course, scream.
Yeah.
Everybody was a screamer. And his idea of having this huge attack of sound and then going... And was a really beautiful.
This is the first time it's been put in this context.
But you have to remember also, and this is a big mistake.
Do you feel guilty now?
This is a little bit. This is a big.
So do I.
This is a big mistake.
I'm in a human moment right now.
Is that if you listen to Lenny Bruce right now, the Carnegie Hall concert, if you listen to that record, you will say, if you're honest, what's the big fucking deal? Not that funny, not that surprising.
I'm one of those guys.
Not that anything.
Right. Because I love comedy, so I listen to old Lenny Bruce stuff. I don't get it, and the lingo takes me out of it.
But you know why you don't get it?
Yes.
Is because it's become everything around you.
Gotcha.
The idea of talking first person about your real life with the sadness and getting comedy out of that is invented by Lenny Bruce.
Yeah.
You do it every fucking day. I would postulate you might not be doing it if not for Lenny. But it becomes so absorbed into our culture that you can't see the novelty.
It's not a big deal anymore.
At the time, it sent him to jail.
Right.
But when everybody else was coming on stage and going, "Does your wife shop too much?" He came on stage and said, "My wife filed for divorce today."
And that's like, what are you talking about?
I mean, that's a huge difference. His first person was real first person. And he invented this American art form. So Lenny Bruce, I love playing Lenny Bruce to people who are in their 20s and going, "What do you think of this? Just a hack comic. Nothing special. Nothing special at all." Well, let me tell you, you don't have George Carlin. You don't have Pryor. You don't have Louis C.K. None of those people exist if not for this. So I agree with you. If you're looking to just put on a Lenny Bruce record and just be taken away with it, you're not going to get that. There's a famous quote from Brian Eno, and I won't get it word for word, that only 30,000 people or 3,000 people bought the first Velvet Underground record, but every one of those people started a band. I mean, you don't have David Bowie without Lou Reed at all. You don't have Iggy Pop without Lou Reed. You certainly don't have Nirvana. You certainly don't have any of the 90s stuff. You certainly don't have U2. All of those people, and they all acknowledge this. I'm not saying that. And the reason is the balls it took to say, instead of talking about how I miss my girlfriend, I'm going to talk about what I saw happening on the streets of New York. Instead of talking about sneakily about we went to Ichiku Park, we got high. Instead of doing that, I'm going to say, heroin, when the blood shoots up the dropper's neck, I feel just like Jesus' son. That kind of reporting is a whole different thing.
Right.
All of a sudden, it got really wicked real. And would someone else have come along and done that? Almost certainly. But Lou did.
When you're the first.
Lou was the first. And, he's also, I must add, a very good friend of mine. And
you guys were close, huh?
Yeah. Really, really smart. And just rocked like a motherfucker. And such a sense of all that. But it's exactly true. If you'd have heard the Velvet Underground in 68, 69, your reaction would have been, what the fuck is this?
Right.
You might have hated it. Most likely would have hated it. But you certainly would have got a what the fuck. Now you hear it now and go, this sounds like every single thing on the radio. And I would say, that's precisely my point. Precisely my point.
Yep.
You know, it's like when Debbie Harry came along and all of a sudden all beautiful women looked like Debbie Harry. Well, that's because she brought that high cheekbone, beautiful look into it. So, Lou is a
You
big
got live
one.
TV, Penn.
Okay,
Sorry.
live TV, I'm being yelled at.
Yeah, they're panicking.
Shaking his hands like, right.
Keep talking about fundanything.com, and you guys will be part of it.
Is Trace doing a fund anything? I'm kidding, Penn.
Let me say these really important words.
Yes.
You are forgiven.
Oh,
Thank you,
I
Penn.
love you. And Trace is very seductive. He's a friend of all of ours.
I know,
Did you say
right?
that?
Isn't he?
We got a new friend.
Penn, thanks so much,
All right,
man.
Penn Jillette, everyone. The great Penn Jillette.
Take it easy. Love having Penn
Never
on.
disappoints.
Here he goes, crunching away on the cereal on the floor.
So push it.
All right. God
Very
damn,
cool.
I love Penn Jillette.
He sure can put things in perspective, can he?
That Lou Reed speech
know.
was just amazing.
Fucking,
I
he really has a way of...
I had a human moment there, like, oh, all right. Maybe we should have talked to Penn before we did
What does
our
that
thing
feel
on
like?
Lou Reed.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say
How
anything
does
about
it feel like? It's a little weird.
fucking with Lou Reed's dead dick. I wasn't going to...
I don't know.
That's a friend of his. You know,
See you in the end. See you in the end. I do love you. I'll throw you under the bus, man. I'm not gonna go
man, not that far.
Oh, my
Wow.
God, that could've been
That
a
was
problem.
hilarious. What I said was 20 times worse than the clip that you... Oh, there was no refuting what I had said.